Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, we're so grateful you're here with us today. Taking a verse-by-verse journey through the book of Matthew. The tax collector came to Jesus. We're in Matthew 17:24. All you tax collectors and accountants should love the book of Matthew like doctors should love the book of Luke. But we should all love it all, shouldn't we? So we're in lesson 46. Let's get started here. Matthew 17:24, and they're making a journey to Capernaum. You could teach this so many different ways. You could have maps, like the Life Application Bible has maps. Premier Study Bible has maps when you're going from one place to another. And verse 24, you'll notice, has a pilcrow, means it's a different paragraph. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money, kind of like taxes and customs, came to Peter and said, doth not your master pay tribute? The leader of the pack. Verse 25, he saith, yes. Peter says, yes. Peter's been a big subject here. Revelation in chapter 16, and then immediately being called Satan and all this. Walking on water. So many things. So he says, yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him. Now, in the King James, sometimes the word prevent means goes before him, like goes before, prevents him, stops him, and says, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Now notice Peter was one of these people, Cephas, Simon, Peter. He had Bar Jonah, son of Jonah, a few different names. Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom, or tribute? This is money, or even like bowing down or playing all hail the chief, that type thing. Of their own children, or of strangers. Strangers, a lot in the Old Testament's like a euphemism for Gentiles, but not necessarily so here, because whom the kings of the earth take custom or tribute would necessarily be so here. And I've got a reference for 16:23 here, and where Jesus is rebuking Peter. Verse 26, Peter said unto him, of strangers, Jesus saith to them, then are the children free. The children, you're the child of the king. You're going to be born again of water and spirit. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea, hey, do a miracle and cast a hook, and take up the fish that first cometh up. When thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money, that take and give unto them for me and thee. I think that's so cool. Peter do this miracle, and it was specific for Peter. Now, Peter, one time, Jesus, Luke 5, had said, cast in your nets for a draft of fishes. And Peter says, I'll send in the net. We've already been doing this all night and didn't get anything. And man, the net almost broke. The boat was sinking, and it was just an amazing thing. And then in John 21, you have a similar thing about the nets, 153 fish, which in Jewish gematria, which is their understanding of numbers, is God. It's like just a confirmation that Jesus was God. So get that fish, get the money out. Here we grow pecans all over southwest Georgia, and they say there's money in the trees, And it's like the little boy said one time, about the money, and he makes this correlation that money comes from paper and paper comes from trees, But anyhow, let's go to chapter 18. And it says this, at the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Interesting question to be discussing, is it? And Jesus called a little child unto him, and it's so often he just throws him a curveball, and set him in the midst of them, in the middle of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except you be converted and become as little children, he's talking about the new birth, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. You don't get in. You just have to trust and obey. There's no other way to be happy in Jesus. You just have to trust and obey and become as a little child, have faith as a little child, and be born again. Verse 4, whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Humble themselves. Little children will humble themselves. Little children a lot of times don't hold grudges. They're innocent. Verse 5, and whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. Wow, it's just like Jesus was there. Verse 6, but whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, so you be careful with new converts, especially. It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Could you imagine offending a little child in Jesus, a little new convert in Jesus? Somebody just got saved. Oh, it's horrible according to Jesus. A millstone sounds like the mafia, hanged about his neck, and that were drowned in the depth of the sea, the concrete shoes, so to speak. Verse 7, woe! And this was another pilcrow, another paragraph. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh. So there's going to be this trying, and Jesus had already gone through in Matthew 10 that there's going to be division among households. He came not to bring peace, but a sword, and all this. And so offenses are going to come. Many are the affliction of the righteous. All who live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. Now, verses 8 and 9 are so sensitive that I feel like I need to start there next time, because I really want to take the time to explain them, because there's been people that have done some really I hate to say stupid things, but by misinterpreting these scriptures. So God bless you. Thanks for being with us. Hit the bell notification when you subscribe, if you'd be so kind. Check out our other videos, and we'll talk with you later. God bless you.